Mr. Griffith, you brought this case before the court.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, what's going on?
Well, I'm raising two grandkids. I'm the legal guardian of those two grandkids. They were sired by my son here.
Oh, this is your son?
Dude, man.
That's my son.
Okay.
Sometimes embarrassed to admit it, but anyway. And so I'm here today to try to get him to start contributing to the raising of these children. Now, I'm a personal banker. I've made decent money over the years.
Okay.
I'm hitting retirement.
Interview 1. In a courtroom filled with tension, Mr. Griffith steps forward burdened, yet resolute, raising his two grandchildren alone. He confronts his own son seeking support. As he approaches retirement, the weight of responsibility grows heavier. Will justice compel a father to step up for his children? Stay tuned as the drama unfolds.
I'm a personal banker. I've made decent money over the years.
Okay.
I'm hitting retirement age, and I just think it's time for him to start paying.
I agree. I agree with that. Are these children involved in any type of extracurricular activities or anything?
Oh yeah, they're getting up to the age where sports are there. I'm having to run across town to soccer and then.
I'm there too, man.
Obviously not, and I'm not talking to you, so I need you to wait your turn.
Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I hate to admit it, but I've told him since he was a kid he's worthless, and I think it's bearing out. But,
Well, sir, that's not very nice, and we're not here to talk about your son in that way. We're here to get some support, financial support for your grandkids, okay?
I'm sorry, Your Honor. Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
Tempers rise as Mr. Griffith expresses his frustrations, labeling his son as worthless. The judge swiftly intervenes, reminding all that this courtroom seeks solutions, not insults. Can they redirect their emotions towards the well-being of the children? The tension escalates.
We're here to get some support, financial support for your grandkids, okay?
I'm sorry, Your Honor. Yeah, you're right.
Okay. So, kids involved in extracurricular activity, your son, their dad is not helping. Has he given you any money at all for the kids?
He has given me no money at all, and he's not taking responsibility. He comes by and sees the kids occasionally, but he has not been much of a father to them at all.
Okay. Where is the mother?
Well, she couldn't take much, I guess, of him anymore, so she left.
I kicked her out.
You what?
Excuse
kicked
me?
her out.
Excuse me.
I bet.
Yes, ma'am.
In just a moment, you can have your time.
3. The courtroom hears a heartbreaking revelation: the children's mother has vanished, and their father remains absent. Mr. Griffith stands as their sole guardian. As the judge probes deeper, the full extent of the family's struggles comes to light. How will the court respond to this dire situation?
I bet.
Yes, ma'am.
In just a moment, you can have your time. Just a moment. So she's not in the picture?
Not anymore. We haven't heard from her in quite some time.
Okay.
I think the kids still remember her and they miss her, but
How old are the kids?
Huh?
How old are the kids?
13 and 15.
13 and 15. Okay. Now, is there anything else you would like for me to know before I move to him?
Well, he goes a long time without working, and now he finally has a part-time job, I think now, and probably couldn't afford much, but more than the money, I think it's time that he starts showing some manly responsibility. He's never done it before.
And I definitely...
With the children's ages 30 and the gravity of the situation intensifies, Mr. Griffith emphasizes the need for their father's involvement, not just financially, but emotionally. The judge acknowledges the plea. Will this be the turning point for the absentee father?
It's time that he starts showing some manly responsibility. He's
Okay,
never done it before.
And I definitely agree. I definitely agree. Sir, now it's your turn.
Yes, ma'am.
What do you have to say about what your father said in terms of not giving any financial support for the support of your children?
It's hard. I just got a job.
Okay.
I can
How much
start
are you
paying
working?
Part-time, like
Part-time.
20, 30 hours a week at the shoe place.
Still a loser.
Okay, sir, that's not very
It can
nice.
turn into
We're not going to
some-
do any type of name calling in this courtroom, okay?
Yes,
You guys are not going to do that to each other. You can save that at home when you all are, just between the two of you.
The father finally speaks, citing his part-time job as a hurdle. Mr. Griffith retorts, calling him a loser, prompting the judge to restore order. The courtroom becomes a battleground of words. Can they move past the animosity for the children's sake?
You all are, you know, just between the two of you, but not here, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So you say you work about 20, 30 hours a week.
Yes, ma'am.
How much money do you make?
$15 an hour, so a couple of thousand a month, I think.
Okay.
I think there's something, if I may, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
I think there's something
Here he
that,
goes.
in case he doesn't volunteer it, he has just recently got a settlement
Oh.
through a lawsuit.
Oh.
And that's the main reason, at $15 an hour, I wouldn't have brought him to court.
Oh.
Because it wouldn't have been worth the...
Now it makes sense. Now it makes
A shocking twist emerges as Mr. Griffith reveals his son recently received a substantial settlement. The judge, taken aback, questions the father's honesty. What else is he hiding? The courtroom braces for more revelations. Interview 7.
At $15 an hour, I wouldn't have brought him to court.
Oh.
Because it wouldn't have been worth the...
Now it makes sense. Now it makes sense. I could definitely see why he did not want to bring you to court for $15 an hour. So he's not very truthful, obviously, because he's looking at me with his mouth open like he is so
He's
confused.
just mad
And-
because of my car.
Well, you know
Just
what,
admit it.
sir, I'm upset at the fact that when I ask you why you were not providing any financial support, you try to give me this sob story about $15 an hour.
The judge confronts the father about his misleading statements regarding his income as excuses pile up the judge's patience, whereas thin the truth is unraveling what consequences will the father face. While you were
not providing any financial support, you try to give me this sob story about $15 an hour. And you have a settlement. Let me ask your dad, because I don't think I'm going to get too much honesty out of you. How much is this settlement?
Well, my understanding is that his portion of it, I guess after legal fees and all, was about $100,000.
$100,000?
Oh, man. Come on.
You think it's funny? You think this is funny? You think it's a
I
game?
think it's funny.
You think it's funny?
Yes.
Why? Because you got more than
Because-
that? You want to tell me you got more than that?
No.
So why is that funny? You're
Because I
not.
don't have $100,000.
So you didn't. So your father's not being honest about the settlement
Well, I
you
may have
received?
gotten it, but I don't have it.
laughter erupts from the father as the $100,000 settlement is discussed, igniting the judge's his dismissive attitude towards his obligations shocks the courtroom. Will this blatant disregard influence the judge's decision?
Father's not being honest about the settlement
Well, I
you
may have
received?
gotten it, but I don't have it anymore.
Okay,
I
so
got braces, man. 'cause you
it
didn't
does
get 'em
not
for me.
cost. Excuse me, sir. What type of crazy do you think I am? It does not cost $100,000
Well,
for braces.
I got a couple other things too. I mean, there might be some left.
Okay, and you didn't bring that to court with you, did you? To show the proof of that?
That
Yes or
was
no?
In my name.
Did you bring any documents to court to show that you are not in possession of this money? You didn't, did
No.
you? No, you didn't. Actually, you did. Your dad turned in your settlement judgment. You actually got a settlement for $100,000.
The father fails to provide any documentation for his expenses, prompting the judge to question his credibility. With no evidence to support his claims, the court moves towards a decisive ruling. What will the judgment
Settlement
entail?
judgment. You actually got a settlement for $102,000
It's a while back.
a while back, so you don't remember. I
Well,
guess
I mean,
that
I do,
I guess
but
blowing
still.
I guess blowing that money off made you lose your memory, huh? So what we're getting ready to do is make you pay child
That's
support
fun.
to your dad. I'm glad that you think it's a joke, because we're not about to joke, and I want to see that same smile on your face when I read these numbers out to you on how much you're going to pay.
The judge calculates the child support based on the father's settlement, leading to a significant monthly obligation. His reaction is closely watched. Will he accept the responsibility or continue
Read
to
these
deflect?
numbers out to you on how much you're going to pay on child support. Okay, so at $102,000, I have your gross at $8,500, which brings your net to a total of $6,525.63. Okay, health insurance. Who pays health insurance?
I do, Your Honor.
I don't
How
have
much
it.
is health insurance?
$250 a month.
$250. So we're going to make you reimburse that.